Welcome to another night of Monroe Central football. This is Jeff Stevens along with Dale Eddy and Joanne Palmer, and tonight we want to welcome Greg Shoemaker to our broadcast team. This is Parents' Night, the final home game of the 1994 season, and tonight's opponent is the Fighting Irish of StJohns. Greg, glad to have you with us tonight. What can you tell us about StJohns?
Well, about all I heard about them was in the paper, and they seem to be excited about this team. New coach, first year, got 4 wins under the belt, more than they've had in the last couple of years, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, some very good offensive statistics by some of the Irish players, and I think probably the biggest surprise has been the change in the offensive standpoint from their team. But some good size on the line, and it should be an interesting game. This is the 3rd week in a row we've competed against a team wearing the green. Shenandoah last week, Waterford the week before, so hopefully some of the same luck can continue for the Seminoles. It appears that Monroe Central has won the toss and will receive, and that's kind of been a common occurrence here this year. I think the Seminoles have received the kickoff in every game with the exception of one. So take that opening kickoff, march it down the field, and get some early points. See the Seminoles gathering around special teams coach Bill Fox, and as they go deep, the usual people I believe will be deep. That'll be number 20, Dustin Robinson, along with Eric Kramer and Will Weddle. It appears that the kicker for StJohns will be number 10, R.J. Smith, who is the quarterback for the Irish. We'll have to kind of watch ourselves tonight. We have an R.J. Smith and a J.R. Young. Let's make sure we keep our R's and our J's straight tonight. We have a nice crowd on hand, a nice following up from Belair. I look over on the hillside down here to our right and see quite a few people up there. A very nice vantage point for the ball game. So we're ready to go. Waiting the official's whistle, and there it is. The kick is a short one. It's going to hit. It's going to be picked up by Scott Wilson. He's going to give a little ground as he reverses his field. And he'll be across the 35-yard line to around the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. And that's where the Seminoles will take over 1st and 10. Center Ben Klein out over the ball. Quarterback Joe Kress. A slot left formation. The backs are in an eye. A lot of people up close to the line for the Irish on defense. They'll give it to Robinson. He'll have a nice hole right across the 45, about the 48-yard line. Looks like about a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down on the initial play of the game. Good start, Greg.
Very good start. That's typical. It's got 2 good backs to go on. Which one do you key on? First man through, fake to him, give the second man deep, let him pick his hole.
I think you look at the stats, combined 1,300 yards for Luke and Dustin. And as you say, who do you key on? We have a wing right formation. Robinson will be the wing man. And now it will be Shoemaker. He'll bounce outside and try to get away from a tackler. He'll get a couple of yards across midfield. We have a flag thrown back behind the play, and we'll have a holding penalty against Monroe Central. And we've mentioned many times, when you're undefeated and the other team's probably fired up, looking for the upset, you cannot allow yourself to be hurt by penalties and turnovers, especially in the early going. And it'll be a 10-yard penalty for holding. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So that'll take the ball back to the 35-yard line. And it'll be a repeat of 1st down, but it'll be 1st and 23. The holding infraction occurred about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so what amounts to a 13-yard penalty. Slot formation with Hughes wide left. And there's a fake to Robinson. Kress rolling out, looking for a receiver. He's throwing deep, and the ball is intercepted. No, out of bounds.
That was close there. They might have been able to call that getting shoved out of bounds. I couldn't really tell from up here, but.
And I think for the reaction of the St. John's fans, they think that they have an interception, but the official right on the play signaled out of bounds. And you're exactly right, Greg. It looked like if the interceptor had not been hit by Dustin Hughes, he may have been able to come down with his feet in bounds. When he hit the ground, the ball came loose. So the call is incomplete pass. And 2nd and 23. Chris Demmerling in with the play, replacing Jamie Burr. Other members of that offensive line, J.R. Young on the right side, Ben Klein the center, Jeremy Kramer, and 76 Chad Yoho. And a timeout by Monroe Central. 10 minutes, 29 seconds on the clock, a very early timeout in this 2nd and 23 situation. Let's take a short timeout and we'll be right back.
Telephones, radios, fax machines, videos, sound equipment, adapters, and converters of all kinds. Scanners, smoke alarms, tape recorders, televisions, toys, games, VCRs, antennas, batteries, camcorders, and computers are just some of the things you'll find at Day Appliance and Radio Shack. With brand names including Quasar, GE, Realistic, and Memorex, they offer a wide variety of computers with IBM compatibility. For all of your electronic needs, see the vast inventory in stock at Day Appliance. They'll be happy to special order, too. See them today, Day Appliance and Radio Shack.
All right, we're back after the early Monroe Central timeout. Kester Costa leaves the huddle. 2nd down, 23 for the Seminoles with the ball on their own 35-yard line. We see a full house backfield. And now they'll shift out of this into a pro-I formation. Weddle in motion to the left. Kress drops back. He throws out to Shoemaker in the left flat. He'll pick up a block. Has running room across midfield. And a nice pickup of about 17, 18 yards.
That's a good call in that situation. 3rd and long. Get a little pressure. St. John's really coming hard off the line. Sucker them in, throw it out in the flats, little screen pass, pick up 25 yards and 1st down. No, I'm sorry, picked up about 16.
Yeah, about 16 probably. It's going to be 3rd and about 6. Had that long yardage situation there, but it's a lot easier than 23 to go. Wing formation to the right. That's Robinson as the wingman. And a quick pitch here. This is Eric Kramer, and not much going there. Good job of the defensive end of St. John's to make the play. Kramer will get only about a yard. And that'll bring up 4th down and a punting situation.
That seems like a new play. They got younger Kramer, Eric, in the backfield early in the game here. Maybe trying to, get a little pressure off of Luke and Dustin.
We talked before. You never have too many weapons back there. And I think after Eric made a 20-yard run last week down at Shenandoah, that's something we may see tonight of that 4th running back getting some carries. 4th down, about 5.5. The Seminoles are out. It appears that they'll go for it. I think they're going to shift now into a punt formation. And we've got whistles all over the place. We'll see what we've got. There are no flags down.
Coach Acosta was really upset about something there.
And it is a 5-yard defensive encroachment penalty for Blair St. John's. I really was not watching the line. I was watching the shift by Kress. That somebody probably reacted to the shift. Now you're in a 4th down and about a yard, maybe a little less than a yard. Makes you wonder if the official was going to make the call or not. If he hadn't got some help.
They made the shift, and I didn't really pay
And
attention to St. John's line. And
looking over on the other side, the St. John's coach very upset. So as an official, no matter what the call is, they say half the people are going to be upset.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a measurement.
Pulling out a little trick play here at the beginning of the game. Lining up in regular formation. Dropping back for a quick kick, I think is what it was going to be.
As you can remember from previous times as a player, there's a lot of things like that you work on during the course of the season that you never use. Maybe get a little tired of practicing those week in, week out. But with the score of some games here recently, you haven't had to do a lot of those things. So maybe we can look for a few trick plays and unusual type things here over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and with a possible chance of a playoff berth, them kind of plays are good to work on. Give a future opponent something else to look at.
Fourth down, less than a yard. And now the Seminoles will come up, and I'm sure we will see a play this time and go for it. Wing right, power right, Greg, you think?
It's going to be a power play, definitely, an isolation of some kind.
There it is, and a big hit by number 30. That's Jason Hansen of the Irish. Shoemaker was able to kind of bounce off of that, and I don't know. It's very close. He bounced off that, and he may have it.
I think that's what they were expecting. Number 30 from the linebacker position, shot to guard center gap, was keying on Shoemaker right from the get-go.
I don't have a real good angle here to look at this, but we'll see what the measurement looks like. It's going to be very close one way or the other. We'll zoom in here close and see if we can get a real nice look at it. The official's probably going to be in the way. And he's short. St. John's holds and takes over at the 141-yard line. When you take a gamble like that early, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We have seen some fourth down gambles pay off at other times during the year. This time it does not work. So now we'll get a look at this high-powered Irish offensive unit against a very stingy Seminole defense. And we may point out one change in the early going on the defense. Number 76, Chad Yoho, has replaced Jeremy Baker, who may be out for the whole evening with an injury sustained last week. First man, that's number 22, Sulik, Sean Sulik, I believe. He stopped after a very short gain. A couple of very good backs for St. John's. Number 20, Tim Seuss, and number 22, Sulik, who have combined for about 1,150 yards rushing this year. A 2-yard pickup, second down and 8. The quarterback is number 10, R.J. Smith. He's going to give it to the first man. It's number 22 once again, Sulik.
It's like they run a little misdirection plays. A lot of jumping around in the backfield, crisscrossing. Obviously the size on the line's decent. Their backs seem kind of small and giving them advantage by running those misdirection plays and keeping away from the big linebackers and big interior linemen.
Ball will be on the 47-yard line, third and about 4. Yeah, a lot of faking going up the initial handoff, the fake to the second back, and it can be a little tricky there. There's the first back, number 22. He's got a big hole. That's Sulik once again.
That all starts with the quarterback. Quarterback making the handoff and carrying out his fake. That usually holds the linebackers and defensive ends. Now, the obvious result, first down.
So with the fourth down stopped by the Irish defense, and now a quick first down for the offense, momentum definitely on the side of Blair St. John's. The ball about the 34-yard line. The quarterback will keep. He's going to break a couple of tackles, get a couple of yards there. J.R. Young, Jeremy Kramer, along with Scott Wilson in on the play after about a 3-yard pickup. Now the option to the left side. A little bit of a hole there. The quarterback Smith just cut it up, picks up about 3. And need the Seminole defense to really step up here and assert themselves as they have done as many times in the season thus far. A power I formation. They'll give it to number 13. That's Ben Dupke and Eric Hamilton right there to make the play in the backfield. That'll be a loss of about, it looks like forward progress. They will give him about a half a yard, just shy of the 30. But nice play, Eric Hamilton. Third and about 6. And Smith has some yardage passing the ball. I think over 600 yards this year. Possible passing situation. The formation would indicate that with one back. Receivers both wide, right and left. The option, the pitch. And nice play by number 20, Dustin Robinson.
There again, their speed, you know, he could have cut that up. A little move on Dustin. He's down the sidelines, but Jeremy Kramer on the defensive end forced the quarterback to pitch the ball, strung out the back, allowed Dustin to play off the block and make a nice play on the sidelines.
Right, even though Jeremy was not in on the play, he was able to string the play out, as you said. And good play by Dustin getting away with the blocker. And a pretty good call by St. John's, though. Give a passing formation, spread people out, spread the defense out, and then come back with the run, but did not work. So another 4th down situation, 4th and about 4 for the Irish. Again, the option, and no go. The quarterback cuts it up to about the 25-yard line. He's brought down by Jeremy Kramer, Eric Hamilton, and the Irish will turn the ball over on downs. So both defenses have risen to the occasion in the early going.
Kind of a strange play, really. You know, they're making yardage off of it, but I think the quarterback made a bad decision there. 4th down, you got to try to get to the open field, and instead he cut it up into traffic. Right, maybe if he'd have strung it out with the pitch man, he'd had a better chance at the sidelines to dive for a first down.
There wasn't a big hole there. He must have felt it was big enough, but he was stopped a couple of yards short of the first down. So the Seminoles will take over on their own 25-yard line. And this is Shoemaker, the left side, running room, breaks a tackle, still on his feet. He's going to be pulled down as he crosses the 40-yard line. Number 30, Jason Hansen saved the touchdown by getting a hold of Luke's shirt and just pulling him down. But about a 37-yard gain by Luke Shoemaker on first down.
2 reasons why that play went for the yardage it did. Number 1, you got linemen downfield blocking. And number 2, why Shoemaker keeps his legs moving all the time. Never looking, you know, to go down.
Yeah, some guys kind of bounced off of it there. It looked like number 71, J.R. Young, had a nice block to kind of get him away for the initial burst. So first down now, 38-yard line. And Kress, running room on the option, picks up a block, gets outside. Touchdown, Joe Kress.
Beautiful play.
No flags. And number 88, Keith Leisure, enough of a block down here to kind of hold the defensive man up, let Joe get outside. And we've said all along, Joe Kress has some excellent speed. And once he was able to get away from that man, it was just a foot race down the sideline. And really, not much problem for Kress to get into the end zone. So a very big change of events here with the Seminoles holding and 2 plays to go about 75 yards. And it's a 6-0 game. We've got a whistle and a flag as the snap was made. The kick was no good. However, the whistle blew prior to the kick.
Looked like a little movement on the line to me by St. John's.
And it's offside encroachment against Blair St. John's. And with that, it looks like the kicking team will leave the field, and Ben Klein and Luke Shoemaker will return the ball at the 1.5-yard line. The Seminoles have opted to go for 2.
That's a good idea. Yeah, you gain 1.5 yards, and the offense has been strong with sugar yardage, with the exception of that last 4th down. But Uh-huh.
Yeah, that'll happen every once in a while.
Yeah, you can't get them all.
So now we'll see what happens here. Slot formation to the right. The option once again, Kress is going to turn it up and he's going to waltz into the end zone. So Joe Kress, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion. So with 4 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the first period, Monroe Central 8, St. John's nothing. We'll be right back with the kickoff.
Before winter stops you in your track, stop by Monroe Tire Center, formerly Alt Sales. The same top quality tires and dependable service you've grown to expect. They've just added computerized front end and four-wheel alignment service, specializing in front end work including shocks, struts, and brake service. They carry a fine line of Hercules and Summit brand tires and can provide for all your tire needs, new, used, or retreads. They also carry car and truck batteries, as well as custom wheels. For honest, dependable service, call Monroe Tire Center at 472-5188.
All right, we're back. Joe Kress preparing to kick off. And the option that has been better and better as the weeks have went by has got 8 points on the board here via Joe Kress. Good decisions as the man that they were optioning stepped out on the touchdown play on Dustin Robinson, and Joe tucked it under, and an easy touchdown. It's easy from here. Now, maybe not where Joe was. It may not have been as easy.
Easy, and again, you know, I go back to the downfield blocking and being the next running back. You know, they like to see that. Guys downfield making a block, so you cut off of them.
Kress kicking. It'll hit and roll. Picked up by one of the side men over there. Number 13. He's going to get away from one tackle and get up the sideline. He'll be pulled down as he crosses the 35-yard line. Shoemaker looks like on the tackle. Somebody had a hand on him there, and he got away. I think on future kickoffs, and we hope there are many, I think you'll see Kress trying to keep the ball away from the man in the middle back there for St. John's, number 20, Tim Seuss, who has returned 3 kickoffs for touchdowns so far this year. So I think you'd like to have anyone else handling the ball back there but him.
You know, people say those kind of kickoffs, you know, that's a terrible kickoff, but actually it's not. A low bouncing kick's harder to handle anyway.
When that ball hits the ground, you're never sure what direction it's going to go.
Right.
Handoff to the first back. That's number 22 again, Sulik. Yoho is one of the tacklers. So Shoemaker on a blitz there, shooting the gap and had a hold of the quarterback, but the gamble was just in the wrong gap right there, and he was not able to get there prior to the handoff. About a 3-yard pickup just across the 40-yard line. Here's the option again. Smith, after the fake, turned it up real quick. I'm not sure if it was an option or if that may be a design play, but he'll have first down territory right on the midfield mark. See one of the Seminoles there, looks like possibly Kramer, getting up a little slow.
That last play there, I noticed J.R. Young moved down next to the nose guard and left a gap. It's like, I think they called an eagle. And the quarterback either a design play or maybe he called on his own, fake to the running back and saw the hole and took it.
There's the first back again, number 22, Sulik. Nothing there. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Yoho and possibly Hamilton right in on that play. Pickup of less than a yard. Time continuing to run in the first period. We're down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That's the time remaining in the first period. Second down 9 for the Irish. They'll go with 3 in the backfield, a power I type formation. They'll give to the second man. That's number 22, Sulik once again. He's getting quite a workout so far tonight. I'll take that back. That's number 25, who's not listed on the program. He'll pick up about 3. And that will be third and about 6. A very quick count again on the reverse. And he'll get outside. We have a flag down. The ball carrier will be pulled down by Young and Robinson. That's number 13, Dupke. But a flag was thrown back behind the play, and a face mask has been called against the defense.
It's kind of a strange place for a face mask penalty. You know, being that the play went this way, must have been on the fake.
Yeah, usually you think of the face mask penalty occurring against the ball handler or the ball carrier, and it may have been on the guy that the first fake went to when the defensive man tackled him, the face mask, and you got to stay away from that head. And we'll see now as they sort this out and see exactly what will happen here. The result of the play was enough for a first down at the 39-yard line. So the officiating crew will explain the options to the St. John's.
You can tell what's happening here. You know, this scrappy St. John's team's coming in, frustrating Seminoles. I mean, I can see it. I saw Luke and I saw Kramer there get up a couple plays ago, pushing and shoving. It can take a team out of their game real fast.
But they're not used to having people knock off 10, 12 yards at a clip on them.
Right.
The penalty has been marked off 15 yards from the end of the play. I think the coaching staff kind of questioned whether that was correct or not, and the official says yes it is. So they'll take the ball down to the Monroe Central 24-yard line, and St. John's knocking on the door. And some movement and some people not set. The quarterback will keep, and he'll get to about the 20-yard line, but some problems in the backfield as the two backs, the number 20 Seuss and number 22 Sulik, both were moving, and neither one really was reset as the ball was snapped. That'll be an illegal shift against Blair St. John's. And I'm sure the Seminoles will take that penalty, and now bring up a 1st and 15 back at about the 29-yard line. I guess that's the problem when you do a lot of shifting and do a lot of faking and that type of thing back there. You get some people going the wrong direction, and the result can be a penalty.
Obvious confusion. One back got up to shift, and the other one said, "No, that's not the way you're supposed to
try
go."
to push him over there, and say it turns out neither one of them was set. St. John's will show a twins formation with two receivers to the right side. They've not passed yet, and this will be the first attempt. Some pressure, the throw to number 83. That will be their leading receiver, Doug Aquila. Big rangy kid, 6'2", 160 pounds. Just kind of did a little hook pattern in there and found an opening, and he'll have the first down.
Looks like he found a seam there in the zone between the linebacker's hook and curl zone, and the quarterback on that side, his outside deep to third, and just settled in there. Quarterback found him, nice throw, first down.
So the Irish have came to play, and I think this was expected. And probably talked to some of the players today, and they said they were ready. They knew St. John's would be difficult, but St. John's right here, and they're knocking at the door now as we are inside a minute remaining in the first period. Smith will give to number 22. That's Sulik once again. He'll have some running room inside the 10. And he's brought down around the 9. Irish back at it again. Again, they'll send two receivers to the right. And the tight end is a little wide here on the left. I formation in the backfield, and a whistle.
I think what happened there, let me see the number. The guard on the left side put his hand down and picked it back up. That's what I saw, maybe. Yeah.
And that will be the case. The result will be a 5-yard penalty against St. John's, taking the ball back to about the 14-yard line, second down 11. The clock starts here, and we're inside 5 seconds, and we'll not have another play in the first period. So that will bring us to the end of period number 1. Fine football games thus far. The score at the end of 1, Monroe Central 8, St. John's nothing. We'll be right back with period number 2.
Enjoy good health and extra energy by joining the Swiss Ohio Racket Club. Under new management, they offer aerobic classes, basketball, and racquetball. Volleyball leagues are forming and will start the week of October 24th. 2-on-2 basketball leagues are starting soon, and kids aerobics begin November 7th. Babysitting also available. Stay in shape all winter by using the weightlifting equipment. Make your sunbed appointments now. New bulbs for a better tan. And teen dances are back. Stop by or call today for new schedules. Swiss Ohio Racket Club. Everwood Drugs is your locally owned full-service discount price drugstore. Call 472-0417 for 24-hour emergency service. We'll be here for you. Delivery and mail-out services are available. We stock wheelchairs, hospital beds, canes, crutches, and other accessories. Retirees ask Joe or Tom about our hassle-free Aetna prescription service. As a leader chain store, we bring you bargain prices on an assortment of products every month. Don't forget to bring us your photo finishing with 24-hour service. Everwood Drugs, people you know and people you can trust with your health.
All right, we're back here for period number 2. The Irish knocking at the door. Second down and 11. The ball on the 14-yard line. They've hurt themselves with a couple penalties. And it looks like we're having some problems here with the clock. And that's been a problem that's existed during a couple of reserve games and a couple of junior high games here recently. They have not been able to reset the clock. They've not been able to reset it. And once it ran down from 12 minutes to start the game, so we're going to have to go with the time being kept on the field. Quarterback Smith drops the throw out here in the flat, and the ball is incomplete. Number 45, Dustin Hughes, made a dive and an attempt at the interception. The ball hit the ground and incomplete. Third down, 11.
That was a definite confusion there between the quarterback and the receiver. The receiver was still running towards the corner of the end zone and never did look back. Quarterback threw, obviously thinking he was going to turn around at that point. One little step, Dustin Hughes could have had
That ball was
yard touchdown.
That's an interception and a touchdown. So third down. Smith once again to throw. Across the middle, complete, touchdown. Number 13, Ben Dupke, just kind of did a little hook pattern or squaring it across the middle, caught the ball on about the 1 or 2 yard line, and then as he was hit, momentum forced him into the end zone, and it'll be a touchdown for the Irish. And it's 8-6.
Nice throw by the quarterback, threaded the needle between 3 guys.
Number 89, Mike Kovac, will be in to attempt the extra point. And his kick is down and is good. So with something just over 11 minutes remaining before halftime, Monroe Central 8, below StJohns 7. We'll be right back with the kickoff.
Let Swiss Lands Realty help you find what you need in a home, commercial property, or just land. Free gas, county water, a pole barn, 2 rentals, a house, and a mobile home, along with an 8-room remodeled farmhouse, 5-bay garage with 2 rooms, an office, and a bath, make this property a great buy, located on 172 acres in Center Township. Located on 3 acres in the middle of Woodsfield, this house has 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, a formal dining room, family room, and a rec room, an ideal place for a growing family. Let Swiss Lands Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. 472-0614.
We're back with the kickoff. While we were away, from the Blair St. John standpoint, if you end up losing this game 8-7, you're open to a lot of second guessing there for not going for 2 and trying to tie the score, even though we are still very early in the second period. But the Irish opted to go for the 1. It was successful. It's 8-7, Monroe Central. Smith once again to kick off. It's on the ground. Be picked up over there by Wilson. The ball is loose. And a heads-up play over there by Eric Kramer. He's able to get on the ball, or at least knock the ball out of bounds there, because that's a live ball.
And there he is again, Eric Kramer, this week, obviously from last week and the week before, shown a little bit, and he was back deep on kickoff that time, wasn't he?
He's shown to be a very heady young man for a freshman, and who did not participate in junior high football last year. And I think it's been a very pleasant surprise. And he's been a key man in several cases this year, and that was just one of them. So the Seminoles will take over on the 30-yard line. Slot formation to the left with Hughes wide to the left. Shoemaker, big hole up the middle. He'll cut back. Running room, he'll pick up a couple of blocks. It's a foot race. 30, 25, 20, stiff arm, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Luke Shoemaker, 70 yards. I'm not sure who the block was out here that helped him.
Well, I was watching there, and Dustin Hughes was split out wide left. He cut across the field, made a little bump block, really didn't block the guy. Luke running down the sidelines, made a real nice stiff arm.
You gotta like to see that stiff arm.
Wow.
Did you ever use that stiff arm?
Once or twice.
Okay, Cress with the change of the shoe. Hustles on the field now for the extra point. That's 14-7. The snap's high, but we've got whistles.
And I think, again, we might have offsides on St. John's. I'm not positive, but that's what it looked like again to me.
And the signal from Dustin Robinson says encroachment St. John's, and the officials agree with him. So once again, Klein and Shoemaker return. Ledwig and Demmerling leave, and Monroe Central will go for 2.
And obviously, like we said before, why not go for 2? You got a 1.5 yard advantage. You're moving the ball. Why not try it?
Used the option last time for the 2-point conversion. See what happens here with the slot formation to the left. Weddle in the slot. It is the option. Cress will tuck it under again, and this time not make it. Joe tried to cut it up kind of quick there, did not get into the end zone. So the 2-point conversion fails. So with probably around 11 minutes still remaining before halftime, the score of Monroe Central 14 and St. John's 7. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with the kickoff. Back with the kickoff. Seems like there's a lot that's went on so far tonight. We're still a long way from halftime.
Well, for the Seminoles, it's been big plays. Like the first scoring drive was 2 plays, 75 yards, and that one was 1 play,
about 70
yards.
I know Coach commented the other day. I think that was probably Thursday night on his show about the the increased offense and how pleased he was with how the offense has come on. And we knew St. John's had the capabilities to put points on the board. So 14-7, and the kick will bounce around. Number 13, Dupke, will pick it up. He'll be brought down by Hughes and Kramer. Kramer had a hold of the jersey there and pulled him down. And good coverage. The ball about the 25-yard line. And anytime your kick coverage team can get down and force the team to put the ball in play inside the 30, they've done a good job.
Yeah, especially for high school. And you see more and more high school kickers, kicking the ball out of bounds. And the new rule, you can have the re-kick or take it on the 35.
So we'll see what the Seminole defense can do here against St. John's, who scored on their last possession. Had a nice drive. Once again, they have 3 backs in the backfield, kind of a quick count. They'll give the ball to the first back. That's number 22, Sulik, once again. And I'll tell you what, you watch the quarterback, and he hands off and then fakes a couple of times back there. And from our vantage point, it's real difficult to tell who has the football.
That's just what I was thinking. That's what we were talking about earlier. Quarterback carries out his fakes, and then he's not watching the ball carry. It makes it harder on the defense.
So I'm looking all over the place for the ball, so that's kind of hard to say. I hope the linebackers and the people back there can tell. Again, this is the first back. Young in on the tackle, along with Hamilton. He's across the 35, and a first down.
And again, I watched the linebackers that time, froze them both for a split second, and that's all it takes.
So St. John's has moved the ball every possession so far. Turned it over on downs after a nice drive the first time they had the ball, scoring their second drive, and a good start to their third drive. The quick pitch to number 20. That's Seuss. He'll be brought down by a whole host of Seminoles. Nice job by Scott Wilson stringing that play out so some help could get there. Flag in the backfield, illegal motion. Blair St. John's. Once again, possibly someone not set.
Well, I think I saw it again that time. It was either the same boy did the last time, put his hand down, picked it back up, or the tackle on this side, I saw him going down as the ball was snapped.
So if that was the case, he not being set when the ball was snapped results in a 5-yard penalty. That'll take away about a 3-yard gain. First down, over and 15. Put the ball on about the 32-yard line. Again, the fake, quarterback Smith will keep the ball. He'll get most of the 5 yards back from the penalty. Up near the original line of scrimmage. Call it the 36-yard line, near the 37.
That was a pretty simple play there. All he did was fake to the first back through and follow him up the hole. 5-yard gain.
It appears that's a designed play, not the option that we have seen in the past. He just fakes in there and then tucks it up into that hole. And the fake to the back, then he serves as a blocker.
Right.
And good job thus far by the quarterback Smith. This time he'll give the ball to number 22. That's his fullback again, Sulik. What they call the veer, and a true veer offense. That quarterback has the option of whether to give the ball to the running back or to keep it himself, depending on what the defense does. And he's made some good choices thus far. Third down, about 6 for Below St. John's. Again, they send wide receivers right and left, leave one back in the backfield. Smith will drop the throw. He'll throw down the middle and complete to number 83, De Aquila.
Like you said before, Jeff, tall kid, about 6'2". Most of our defensive backs are on the short side as far as a 6'2" person. Quarterback threw it a little high. It's a mismatch on Dustin Robinson. He went up, caught it, brought it down for a nice gain.
I think Kress there may have thought he had a shot to an interception, but the boy just went up and made a nice catch down on the 35-yard line. Once again, the fake, and Smith will keep, and he'll go forward for about 3 yards. Shoemaker. Looks like Will Weddle. Looks like number 34, Will Weddle on the tackle. But a nice pickup on first down, about 3 yards, and 2nd and 7. And once again, the Irish, down to the 32-yard line, and getting close to scoring position. They give the ball to the tailback, and looks like Weddle made the tackle after a short gain, about 2 yards up to the 30. It looked like Weddle was through a gap that time and made the hit at about the line of scrimmage.
There's a difference between handing the ball up close to the line of scrimmage and handing it deep to the tailback as that time. Like you said, Will Weddle, linebacker, was able to react a little quicker and make the tackle.
Okay, once again, 2 wide receivers to the right for St. John's. I formation in the backfield. He'll fake, give it on the pitch. This is Seuss. Nowhere much to go. And he's going to be brought down by Hughes, Kramer, and Shoemaker, but an obvious face mask penalty is upcoming against Monroe Central.
Yeah, they say tackle any way you can, but I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about some of those things.
Oh, wow. No. Well, as Lance and I talked about a couple weeks ago, we don't need to quit trying to referee until we see the signal.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that was so obvious. I can't believe they missed it.
There was definitely, I'm not saying there was not a clip on the play. It may have very well been there, but there definitely was a face mask.
Right. I didn't see the clip, but I saw the face mask.
The two flags went down. Obviously, both officials throwing the flags for the clip. So we'll take the clip. And that'll be 15 yards, and the Seminoles will take the penalty.
I'll be truthful with you, Jeff. I thought I saw 3 flags. The side judge, the umpire, and back judge. I thought I might have been mistaken, but I thought I saw 3 is why I thought
it's a good thing
face mask.
It's a good thing that didn't happen over in the Blair StJohns sidelines as fired up as those people were early in the game. They've been all over the officials.
That's the truth.
Smith back to throw. He's going deep. And intended receiver number 83, DeQuilla, and number 33, Eric Kramer, was back there. And Kramer had his hands on the ball, not able to make the interception. So he'll come back 4th down and long. And we may have our first punt of the night.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious there, isn't it? There on that last play, obviously Kramer wasn't going to get beat deep. Quarterback lofted it up, and if you want anybody to go mismatch on that, what's his name? DeQuilla. That'd be the one you'd want.
Number 30, Hanson, the punter. Robinson takes it back about his own 12. He's going to get away from a man, and he's going to get up about the 35-yard line, but once again, the yellow flag, and I'm not going to try to guess what the calls are, but I think that can only be about one thing.
Yeah, like you said.
On a return.
Don't say it, but.
And everybody's walking back, so that's either a clipping or an illegal block, and it is clipping. And the officials have kind of taken over.
I thought I saw Jeremy Kramer make a nice block over there, but being across the field, can't be too sure. And there might have been somebody else over there. I don't know.
Okay, I think I heard the official just tell Coach Costa who the penalty was on, and it was not on Kramer. But it is a clipping penalty. They'll put the ball back on the 7-yard line. And like we said before, 2 plays for a score, 1 play for a score. So we'll see what happens on this offensive possession with their backs against the wall. 14-7, Monroe Central leading in the middle of the second period. Kress will give the ball to Shoemaker, and he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He'll get maybe a yard. Brought down by the middle of the St. John's defensive line.
Same play he scored on last time. They might be in a 6-man front, 7-man front, down close like that, trying to hold them in. That's probably what stacked it up.
Number 84, that's Cole Harrelson, enters the lineup with the play, replacing Hughes. Ball will be on about the 9, maybe a couple of yards for Shoemaker on that carry. Robinson, he's going to be brought down as he crosses the 10, about the 12-yard line. Number 13, Ben Dupke, either made the tackle or was in the way. I'm not sure which there. As Dustin just lowered the shoulder and ran over him, picked up a couple additional yards.
That's fundamentals there. You get lower than the guy trying to tackle you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have the advantage.
We saw that a couple of weeks ago. Waterford, even though they had a tough night here, they had one player who made a lot of tackles, hitting Shoemaker and Robinson, especially Shoemaker down around the ankles, and it worked.
Littlest guy on the field, probably,
Littlest guy on the field, tackling one of the biggest people on the field. So 3rd down, about 5. Weddle in motion. The pitch, Robinson. He's going to cut it up, and we'll see where the official's marking. The pitch was not real good. Dustin kind of had to reach back to make the catch. And it is a 1st down.
It's a little closer than it looked from this angle, wasn't it?
Couldn't tell. A lot of bodies on the ground out there. We're a long way from that. But the official took a look at it, said 1st down. So 1st and 10 now, the ball about the 18-yard line. and it'd be nice to be able to drive down and put some points on the board before halftime. We cannot tell you how much time is remaining in the period as the scoreboard clock is not working. It is 14-7 Monroe Central, and we are in the second period. Shoemaker is going to be hitting the backfield, and something we've not seen a lot of this year. Shoemaker's going to be stopped for a loss on the play.
That was the play they run where they pull the backside guard and tackle, and a little hesitation. And the way St. John's is playing right now, I wouldn't run a hesitation play because they're quick, they're firing off the ball, maybe a quick dive or quick trap. Obviously, like Luke scored on the possession before, works a little better.
Second down, and after a loss of 4, it'll be 14 yards to go. I went to the air, and we won pass early, so we'll see what happens here. Cress will go to the air. He'll go deep. Robinson was behind people. The ball just overthrown out near midfield.
You made the call on that one. Good situation for it. Second and long. Kind of a free play, kind of. Now you got third and long, but you complete that pass for a big gain.
Yeah. Dustin was behind the people, and if the ball would have been up in the air just a little bit, it may have been a big gain. But that was not the case. Third down, 14. And again, a possible passing situation. Like refereeing, I didn't do a good job of calling football plays. I'm not real effective at either a lot of times. I formation with Leisure in as a split into the left, and Cress will throw. And he'll now run, and he'll be brought down. He'll pick up some yardage, be out near the 20-yard line, but be well short of the first down. Now bring up the first Seminole punt of the evening.
Couldn't tell if that was design quarterback draw or trying to set up a screen because Shoemaker come down towards the middle by the center, started to turn, and Joe took off running. Either or, I guess.
Now the result was about a 5-yard pickup, but 4th and 9. And Dustin G is back in punt formation, and just one man back. It's like St. John's wasn't convinced it was going to happen. A pretty nice kick by Hughes, and he'll turn and let it roll. And unfortunately, the ball took a back bounce. It'll still be about a 36-yard punt, but when the return man opted not to catch the ball, I could see that ball rolling for another 15 yards.
We were always told, always catch a punt if you have to fair catch it. It didn't hurt him because it did bounce back, but he seemed to have room to catch the ball, maybe even get a little return out of it.
I'm not sure if St. John's felt a fake was coming or what. They really didn't put anyone back. And number 13, Dookie, just kind of went back at the last minute, and he showed no inclination for wanting to catch the ball. So really a fortunate break from St. John's standpoint that the ball did not roll on down the field. They'll take over on their own 44-yard line. And this time, the quarterback, Smith, will be thrown down. Hamilton, Wilson, Young, Jeremy Kramer all had a piece of that.
Again, making positive yardage, though. It's a good sign for them. At least they're not going backwards like the last few weeks. Seminole defense.
Okay. The officials just have stopped play for an instant, have said there's 4 minutes remaining before halftime. Guess that's the 4-minute warning?
Obviously. Must be something new in high school football.
Okay, 4 minutes remaining now. Again, the tailback, number 20. That's Seuss. The ball is loose, and it's recovered by Monroe Central.
I thought I saw something come out of there, but I wasn't sure if it was an arm or if there was such a pile-up. Looked like the first guy hit him, kind of popped him in the belly, and as he was rolling down, the ball fell out.
Kramer?
Jeremy Kramer had the recovery, yeah.
Okay, Jeremy Kramer on the fumble recovery. There's a break now as we're just inside 4 minutes remaining in the second period. 14-7, Monroe Central leading. Great field position up to the Blair St. John's turnover. Hasn't been a whole lot of play up here for a while up in front of us where you could see what was going on.
Yeah.
So, wishbone formation. Cress wants to throw. He's got a man. Wilson And the ball is caught. Touchdown, Scott Wilson. 48 yards.
Poor defensive play on that.
That was I tell you, Scott was well behind the secondary man, but the ball hung up in the air a long time, and two defenders back there looked like they had time to knock the ball down. Did not. Wilson made the catch, cruised into the end zone, and as you said, not a very good play by the defensive backs at Blair St. John's.
It's like they didn't know where they were on the field.
Once again, for the third time tonight, that'll be a one-play drive.
Yeah.
So 3 touchdowns for the Seminoles, 1, 1, and 2 on the drives. Cress's kick right through there. And with somewhere around 3 minutes remaining before halftime, Monroe Central 21, Blair St. John's 7. We'll take a short break, be right back.
In the 1990s, it's nice to know there's still someone who makes decisions according to people and not just money. At Loveday Motors, customer satisfaction is number one. Whether it's a new or used car or truck that you're shopping for or parts and service, come to Loveday's. Your friends and neighbors are working here. For your convenience and peace of mind, now's a great time to purchase a car phone. Loveday's is your ICN headquarters. Ask about discounts available to Chamber of Commerce members. With factory-trained technicians, the latest high-tech tools and equipment, and genuine GM parts, why go anywhere else? Loveday Motor Sales.
All right, we're back. 21-7, Monroe Central lead. And as we mentioned there before we went to the break, as Cress was kicking the extra point, all 3 touchdowns by Monroe Central have happened in a very quick order. A one play, about a 70-yard drive run by Shoemaker. Another series where there was 2 plays for about 75 yards total, and that was a one play, 48-yard drive. So quick strike out of Monroe Central tonight. Cress the kick. And he'll kick it on the ground. It'll hit and roll. Seuss will pick it up at about the 15-yard line. He's a dangerous man, but he's going to be hit and brought down by several people. Looks like, I must say, number 66, Jamie Brewer, had first contact and then received some help to bring the ball carrier Seuss down at about the 32-yard line.
I'm kind of waiting to see if they make any defensive adjustments as far as maybe running a 6-man front. You know, trying to plug up a hole because they're staying within the tackles other than that option.
And once again, it looks like a 5-man front. Linebackers playing a pretty normal, about 5-yard cushion. And again, a little bit of a mix-up, and maybe the only defensive change is now tackle the quarterback.
Yeah.
Again, a whole host of people there. J.R. Young was there. Scott Wilson was there, and a couple other people, very possibly Eric Hamilton, is in his middle guard position in on the play. But the result is about a 2-yard pickup, 2nd down and 8. Again, wide receivers right and left, and
2 guys jumped for St. John's that time.
the quarterback was not even under center. It looked like maybe he was calling something out. And a couple of linemen moved.
He might have been changing the play. It might have been on a quick count, and he went up to change the play. They thought that was the
I don't know
count.
for sure. It looked bad from the St. John's standpoint. A couple of people definitely moved, and it's a 5-yard penalty, 2nd down, 13. And St. John's has hurt herself in a couple of situations with penalties. And we're around 1 minute remaining before halftime. And 4 minutes kind of went quick, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Especially when you don't have a clock to watch.
Smith the throw. He's going deep. And once again, DeQuilla, the intended receiver, Dustin Robinson there. And the ball is just a little bit overthrown. We said DeQuilla listed at 6'2", Robinson listed at 5'5", but you know, that's not the mismatch that you might think it is.
Well, that's the obvious reason that why they're going that way. Stay away from Kramer on this side.
Because of the size factor,
Right.
Kramer about 6 foot tall. But you know, you go over there, Dustin, you know, has played there a lot. He's a veteran, real
Does a
heavy,
good job.
and he'll get himself in good position so that the height disadvantage does not really hurt. So Smith, once again, he's going to give to the first back. That's Sulik. Someone had a hold of his jersey. And he's pulled down. Not sure who had to hold the jersey there to make the play. And Monroe Central will call a timeout. As we're inside a minute, they'll bring up 4th down. That will force St. John's to punt.
I think what he's trying to set up here is a good return, and they've done a good job this year on setting up good returns. They get a nice wall, Dustin or Will, either one of them can break one.
Probably a return is a better bet than trying to go for the block in this situation.
I would think so, but, you know, it's one of them plays where if you call a block and get the block, it's a good call. If you miss the block and nobody back, why'd you do that?
Be 4th and about 3, ball on the 40-yard line. And again, I did not hear if the officials called over how much time was left, but there should be only, probably less than 30 seconds remaining. So we'll see what happens. And I tend to agree with that. The return is definitely what we're looking at here. We see a couple changes being made here. Seminoles back on the field. Looks like some of our friends from the TV station have made it here. I'd like to see them here earlier to catch that big stiff arm we talked about earlier on Shoemaker's long run. But okay, we're back here. Again, Weddle and Robinson are deep. A couple guys kind of stay loose in there to watch for the fake. The kick is high, not real deep, and it's going to hit. And not much you can do there except let it roll. And it'll be dead on about the 35-yard line. And a good decision, I think, there by Robinson and Weddle to not try to make the play there. Been a little bit dangerous.
That was a little short.
Yeah, really too short to catch the ball. So Seminoles in the huddle. The clock will be running. And again, not a lot of time remaining. This is where you get hurt by having no clock on the scoreboard. The shift. Trips out here to the left. There's the pass. Quick one out here. Shoemaker, he'll make the catch and get out of bounds about the 44-yard line. And it is half. And again, a little bit of a disadvantage there because of the not inoperable scoreboard, but a very good first half. As we go into halftime, Monroe Central 21, Blair St. John's 7. We'll take a break and be back with the halftime entertainment.
Westcourt Hair Fashions, new in name but the same in advanced high-tech hair care products and services. Westcourt is staffed with 10 highly qualified technicians to serve their clients' different needs. Products sold only in the finest salons include Nexus, Paul Mitchell, Mercado, each with a money-back guarantee. To keep that healthy look all year round, 2 Wolf tanning beds along with the best tanning and skincare products. Call 472-5350 today to get a new you at a new name, Westcourt Hair Fashions.
And now, please welcome the 1994 Fighting Irish Marching Band under the field direction.
All right, we're back with you for the third period. There's some frantic work downstairs on the scoreboard clock, but still no clock. So we're going to have to guess again at the time. 21-7, Monroe Central leading here. The Seminoles will kick off to start the third period. And the first half, Greg, the St. John's offense really did a nice job and hurt herself with a couple of crucial penalties and also a big turnover.
Yeah, and along the lines of that, the Seminole offense seems strange. The 3 drives, 4 plays, and 21 points.
Right, probably over the years of Coach Acosta, a lot of ball games, not very many times you can remember 3 touchdowns and a total of 4 offensive plays on those 3 scores. But a 1-play drive with a long run by Shoemaker, a Crest to Wilson pass for a score, and a 2-play drive which had a long run by Shoemaker and then a long run by Crest for the touchdown. But Crest will kick off. Number 20, Cease, as the deep man. and a whistle will stop play.
The vicinity of that flag indicates offsides on the kicking team. He blew the whistle right away.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Now back Cress up to the 35-yard line. And not sure who the individual was, but some member of the Seminole kicking coverage team offside across the line prior to the ball being kicked. So we'll try it again. Again, same people. Seuss deep about his own 17-yard line. And as we mentioned earlier, he has 3 returns for touchdowns on kickoffs this year. Cress's kick is high, and Seuss will take it about the 21-yard line. He'll go to the right and be pulled down there by, I believe, Scott Wilson.
Scott Wilson.
Number 82. So a real fine job by Wilson, and we've had good coverage in the middle out of Wilson and Hamilton in particular. Demerling and Kramer also good job getting down. And that time it was Scott Wilson. Brought Seuss down on about the 31-yard line. So we'll see if the Irish, trailing by 2 touchdowns, change their offensive play calling. Single back in the backfield. And that single back will get the ball, but he'll be stopped.
That was that blitz play again. This time he guessed right.
First man up off the pile was Shoemaker. Yoho was last up. I think he was in on the play also. And some others in there. Good chance that Hamilton could have been in on the play also. No gain. Matter of fact, may have been a loss of about a half a yard. 2 receivers to the left side as the backs shift into the I formation. And he'll give the ball to the first back. And that is Sulik again, I believe, number 22. And looked like there that the quarterback, Smith, once he made that handoff, took a pretty big hit from someone over there. And,
that was from Kramer, and that's a good point you brought up there. We'll see what happens, towards the middle of the 4th quarter, the way he's running the ball and taking those shots, if it'll take any toll on him.
Right, and he may think about handing that ball off, and may hand it off sooner if he thinks he's going to take that kind of big hit. Passing situation, deep. That's Smith. He hits his favorite receiver, number 83, Diacrua, and it's fumbled, and Monroe Central has made the recovery. A little bit of confusion there. Something. I believe Dustin Robinson was on the loose football, but a hit was made on Diacrua, the receiver. And now we have a flag. And I did not see the flag in the backfield. A personal foul, and it could very well be a personal foul on a late hit on the quarterback.
I think what they called there was on the fumble recovery.
Well, again, we'll wait a second here for him to sort it out and see what exactly we have here. It's a personal foul against Monroe Central. And it is prior to the interception, so it will prior to the fumble recovery. It will negate the reception and the fumble, and it'll be a 15-yard penalty on Monroe Central.
That was kind of confusing here. They were huddled around the ball, pointing this way. I guess the flag was back in the backfield, wasn't it?
It is a personal foul for a late hit on the quarterback, it appears, which will be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage and give St. John's a first down. And very key play for St. John's since they had lost possession of the ball. Here comes the option. Smith flips it back here to number 20, Seuss. Not much going right there. He's going to be brought down. Hamilton in on the tackle. Number 71, Young, also out there. Shoemaker and Weddle also in the area. About a 5-6 yard pickup, though, by Seuss. So it's going to be second and about 4, and a fine pickup of about 6 yards on first down.
Second down, 9:35.
So again, receivers to the right and to the left. They'll hand off to number 22, Sulik. He's hit near the line of scrimmage by number 71, Young. He'll fall forward for a couple yards near the 45, and it'll bring up a third down and about 2. So the first big play of the third quarter. St. John's 3rd and 2 at the 45-yard line. Here's the option again. And a pitch to Seuss. He'll be very near the first down, hit by Robinson.
Depends on the spot there.
Kress also, not too bad an angle. It looks like he may be just short. It is 4th down and about a yard, maybe a little less than a yard. Decision by St. John's now, trailing by 2 touchdowns. And no indication yet from St. John's of what they're going to do. And timeout will be called. And I think St. John's has asked for a measurement to see how far exactly they do need for the first down. And this will help in Coach Ferda's decision. I'm not sure if we really mentioned a lot earlier, Coach Ferda, in his first year as the head coach of St. John's. The Irish program has struggled a little bit the last 3 or 4 years, but some new enthusiasm and intensity by the Irish this year and Coach Ferda. And 4 wins is the most the Irish has had in a while. It's about a yard, just a little less than a yard shy of the first down. We see number 13, Dupke, in with the play. And as I said, with the 2 touchdown difference, it would look for the Irish to go for it, and they will, in fact, go for it on this 4th down and just under a yard. Again, wide receivers spread out the defense, one back with double tight end. And now timeout, Monroe Central.
I think they wanted to put the regular defensive unit back in for that, for a short yardage lineup. 6 or 8 man front.
Well, I think you had the punt return team out there, not sure what was going to happen as they came up, and was certain that they were going to go for it. And Coach Singleton calling the timeout, and he'll go out and talk to the regular defensive unit now. And again, very likely a short yardage defense here, 6-man front, possibly an 8-man front. The danger here is if that quarterback Smith or one of the backs can slip through that first initial line, less speed there and running room, it could be a big play, but you gamble on your people being able to get in the gaps and make this play.
11:15, 11:64, 10:30, 10:75, 11:33. You all have places. 17 on the clock.
Here we go, 4th down, less than a yard. Smith going to throw. He slips as he tries to hit his receiver, Decor, and it's going to be incomplete. And a little problem somewhere because 2 St. John's receivers right in the same area, Decor and number 33, Jonathan Cost. And the passing game is not designed to have 2 receivers in each other's way.
No, it's not. Like you said, there was obvious confusion. One guy shouldn't have been there.
I think either could have made the reception if the other was not there for a big game, as both appeared to be in the open, but again, the ball was tipped away, and Monroe Central will take over on downs at their own 44-yard line. All right, first down, Monroe Central. Wishbone formation. Shoemaker, first back. He's going to get a couple of yards there. A lot of people in there. A lot of people, the linebackers, and some tough going in the middle of the line. But still, momentum carries him forward. A nice 2-yard pickup. Make that 2nd and 8. Once again in a wishbone formation. Crest to throw. He'll throw a quick one over here to Hughes and it drops the ball.
Classic case of running before you caught the ball. Looked like from here anyway.
Yeah, I think Dustin was just ready to turn up. He had some room there. Went to turn up, didn't look the ball in to his chest, and the result will be an incompletion. And 3rd and about 8. See what happens here on 3rd and 8. The slot formation to the left. Crest the option. He'll pitch the ball to Robinson. Get outside the midfield. Be forced out of bounds over in front of the St. John's bench. He'll be well short of the 1st down. And that'll result in a 4th down punting situation from Monroe Central.
Although they made some yards on that, defense made a nice play, stringing it out like they did and letting the support from the backside catch up to Dustin. Joe having to pitch the ball. Wasn't the best pitch. Dustin made a nice catch and gained about 4 yards. And like I said, 4th down and a punt.
He may have been forced a little deeper than what he wanted to go there by some penetration in the defensive line. Hughes, ball out of midfield. Hughes in punt formation. No pressure from the Irish. Again, nice kick by Hughes.
Wow.
This ball's going to hit
down.
And, great effort by the center, Kramer, to down that punt at the goal line, but he's not able to stop it. The ball goes into the end zone and will be a touchback, bringing the ball out to the 20-yard line.
I think he tried a little bit too hard to save that ball. Instead of maybe diving and hitting it backwards, he dove on it, and his momentum carried him in the end zone.
Look at the ball guy got caught up against his body, against his chest, and went into the end zone. A little bit of a roll that time on the Hughes punt that earlier when he kicked it over the head of the return man, the ball did not roll. As a matter of fact, bounced backwards. And that one where he needed a little bit of a backward bounce or a side bounce there, he didn't get it. But still a 30-yard net on that 50-yard punt by Hughes. St. John's will take over on their own 20-yard line. About midway in the 3rd period. And Shoemaker this time times his break and shoots that gap and makes the tackle on the quarterback Smith in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. And we were able to see Luke trying that earlier and was not able to make the play, but that's something that we saw him do on several occasions down at Fort Fry a couple weeks ago. And, very good plays and a 4-yard loss on 1st down.
Yeah, again, that's a go game where I think the nose guard goes to one gap, and either linebacker shoots the other gap.
This time Smith will give the ball to, I think it was 22 Sulik. He'll be brought down by Hughes and Jeremy Kramer. He'll pick up about 8 yards, be about the 24-yard line. Bring up 3rd and just under 6. We see Kramer now at linebacker. The Seminoles with number 66, Jamie Boer, playing defensive end. It's something we have seen a little bit of last couple of weeks. Just a little bit of different look defensively. Smith the throw, and no throw. J.R. Young, number 71, on the sack. And for the first time tonight, maybe some decent pressure or some real good pressure, and J.R. with the sack.
That could be possibly classified as a coverage sack. It seemed like he had some time to throw the ball. Like you said, J.R. Young made some nice penetration, got in front of him so he couldn't see, made the sack.
J.R. sacks R.J.
Yeah.
As the Irish quarterback, R.J. Smith. So punt, and it's a wobbly punt. It's going to hit over around the 40-yard line and get a little bit of a roll and go out of bounds in front of the Irish bench at about the 47-yard line. and about a 30-yard kick. But Monroe Central will take over in pretty good field position as we are in the latter stages of the third period. Scoreboard clock not operating. 21-7, Monroe Central continues to lead as they did at halftime. And with the ball on the St. John's 46-yard line, good field position. Four and a half minutes, the officials have just told the sideline remaining in the third period. 4.5 minutes. Crest to throw. Out here to Hughes. He makes the catch, steps away from one man. He's across the 35 for a first down. And you like to see that series before. Dustin not able to make the play, come right back to him, and some good yardage.
Yeah, that time obviously he looked the ball in, made a nice inside cut. Like you said, gained about 12 yards.
A good receiver's not going to drop 2 in a row.
No, he's not.
And Dustin has done a fine job. That's his 15th reception.
He's been consistent.
He's averaging about 20 yards of reception, and that's been good for some big plays. Wing formation. Robinson, the wingman to the right. Shoemaker, and some penetration by several people on the line. Number 56, who is not listed in the program, but he definitely was in the backfield and made the play. Somebody did not pick him up as they really slanted inside hard. That's the second time tonight Luke has been stopped for a loss. And his line has done a great job for him this year, for both he and Dustin back there, but a couple times tonight, a good job of the defensive line of Blair St. John's.
Yeah, if you notice there, Jeff, or that last play anyway, they had all 11 guys like they do now within 8 yards of the ball. Tough to run inside like that.
And we're going to get a whistle. Four minutes remaining in third quarter.
There, like we said earlier, the 4-minute warning, and I think that's what we got going on here is it's mandatory for the referees to let other teams know that there is 4 minutes left in the quarter when the clock's not running.
I think that's a good idea. Lets everybody know, the players, the coaches, the people in the stands, the people on top of the press box, and everybody know what's going on.
We'd be lost without it, wouldn't we?
So just under 4 minutes remaining. We won't be surprised when they do that in the fourth quarter then. Crest on fake. He's going deep. And just overthrown. Dustin Robinson once again behind people. Just could not get there. A good play call. The fake. Robinson able to get some behind people, but just not able to make the connection on the pass from Crest. Third down now and 14.
Again, like in the first half, that same play was open. Crest needs to maybe get a little more air out of the ball, and that's touchdown.
So we'll see what we have here on third and about 14. Hughes wide to the left. We have a slot left formation. Crest will drop straight back. He'll get out here for Shoemaker, and he'll not be able to hang on. And really, I don't think made a lot of difference. Looked like somebody there, number 13, I think it was right there. And if Luke had made the catch, I think there'd been a good chance he would have been dropped at about the line of scrimmage. But as we've seen many times, Luke very hard to bring down, so that may not have been the case.
Well, there, I think St. John's probably saw that one coming. They had somebody out there, kind of tied Luke up for a second. He had to carry on out a little farther, made a longer throw, and wasn't able to hang on.
There's Hughes. He's going to go for the corner, and ball's hanging up down there. It's going to hit and bounce. This time it will bounce sideways and be down by Eric Kramer on about the 4-yard line, but we do have a penalty flag. And it's a clipping penalty against Blair St. John's, and that may put them even further in the hole. And that time, Dustin was able to get the ball to bounce to the side, and that'll only be about a 30-yard punt, about a 33-yard punt, but it's going to put St. John's in the hole, as Eric Kramer was able to make the play and down the ball on the 4-yard line. We'll see what the result of the penalty is.
there on that punt, I was watching Dustin Hughes when he kicked the ball there. It seemed like he turned the ball sideways, maybe to get the ball end over end, maybe get a chance of a roll or kicking off this side.
Okay, watching the signals here, the officials trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen. And they're going to bring the ball back. And it looks like they're going to punt again. I'm not real sure I understand.
Well, there, I think what happened was while the ball was in the air, there was a clip on StJohns.
So they brought the ball back to the line of scrimmage.
Marked off the 15
marked
yards.
off 15 yards. Monroe Central will keep the ball automatic first down.
So obviously it was before change of possession.
That would be the key. Before the change of possession, again, the Blair St. John's people not understanding the call, but the 15-yard mark off from the original line of scrimmage before the change of possession gives Monroe Central the ball on the 21-yard line. Crest on the option. He'll tuck it up. He'll get a first down near the 10-yard line, down near the 7 or 8. And it looks like that's good for the first down.
Again, Joe making the right decision. Cutting it up, got a block out in front, still had Dustin in pitch relationship. Takes the ball down inside the 10, first and goal.
Going back to that penalty, I know some of us that watch a lot of college football, a lot of pro football on the weekends, there's quite a few differences in the rules in high school, and that would be one of them there on that penalty prior to the change of possession. Enables Monroe Central to keep the ball. And this time, Crest will pitch the ball back to Dustin Robinson. He'll be into the end zone for a 9-yard touchdown. And that makes the score 27-7 with the extra point upcoming.
Credit that touchdown to Scott Wilson. Joe made a nice pitch. Dustin cut the ball up behind Wilson's block. Easy touchdown.
A lot of times the blocks on plays such as that go unnoticed. But again, Scott Wilson, who is a good blocker, and shows right there the fine open field block, gave Dustin room to cut in. Joe's kick is good. So as we're near the end of the third period, the score is Monroe Central 28, Blair St. John's 7. We'll be right back with the kickoff.
These days, it seems like everyone is looking for a bargain. You can spend a lot of time shopping for high quality and low prices, even for gasoline. Redhead in Woodsfield has 100% pure gasoline at low, low prices. While you're there, save on car care products, including oil, fluids, additives, and more. Soft drinks are discounted every day at the Redhead. Stock up on your favorite pop and snacks. Even Fido gets a break with Champion Dog Food at big, big savings. So stop at the Redhead today and save.
Lead on the verge of getting things well in hand. Defense has really, after a couple of possessions early, done a fine job keeping St. John's under wraps. St. John's has hurt herself with a couple of penalties, but some good work with the Monroe Central offense tonight. Chris's kick's going to hit and bounce, and Seuss will take it on about his own 15. He tries to get to the right side, where he's going to be pulled down by number 82, Scott Wilson, once again.
You know, hey, you can't say enough about Scott Wilson on this special team, especially kickoffs, week after week after week. He's first one down, at least making initial contact on most of them, and then getting a lot of support from the guys on the rest of the kickoff team.
We mentioned earlier that you try as a kickoff coverage team to make the play inside the 30. You've done a great job. I don't think anybody's going to be totally upset that the last two plays by Scott Wilson has been tackles at the 31-yard line.
Yeah.
So I think Coach Acosta and everybody down the sideline quite pleased with the coverage, in particular Scott Wilson. So Smith will be back to throw. He gets some pressure. He's hit as he throws, and it'll be incomplete. A lot of pressure there. Looked like maybe Brewer or Hamilton made the hit as he tried to throw.
Again, there's a coverage sack. Or would have been, but he got the ball off. Had plenty of time to throw the ball. Had protection. You know, the pocket can't stay up. They say for more than 4 seconds is the time that you should need to throw the ball. Credit to defensive backs on that.
It appeared that the quarterback Smith had time to throw, but not able to find a receiver, and was hit as he did try to deliver the throw. And he'll hand off this time to Sulik once again, and very little running room. He'll be brought down to the middle of the line. Once again, Wilson last man up, but he had some help there also off the right side from probably Young, and possibly linebackers also there. Could not see who all was in on the play, but about a 2-yard pickup. We'll give him 3 to the 34. Make it 3rd and 7. Again, wide receivers both ways, and we get a whistle, and that will be the end of period number 3. We've played 3, the final home game of the year for Monroe Central, and a good night it has been. Monroe Central 28, St. John's 7. We'll be right back with the 4th period of action.
You want to keep on getting all the power and performance that your car was built to deliver. So use BP Super Unleaded Gasoline from Demchex BP. Keep your vital fuel injectors clean to prevent hard starting, stalling, hesitation, and poor mileage. Filling your tank is just a start. We wash windshields, check motor oil, belts, hoses, coolant levels, and windshield washer fluid. You stay in the driver's seat while we do the work, or help yourself at the self-serve island. At Demchex BP, you have a choice.
You're a busy person. You don't have time to drive all over the Ohio Valley to check prices, go back 2 weeks later to pick up your order, and still not be happy about the quality. The good news is, you don't have to. The Sports Connection is right here with a full line of sports attire, including shirts, shorts, socks, ball hats, and of course school jackets. Professional and college team clothing is available. We do monogramming, embroidering, silk screening, transfers, and lettering. We outfit any team, any size. Save time and money when you take your custom orders to the Sports Connection.
We're back for the 4th period. St. John's in possession, 3rd down, 7 at their own 33-yard line. Wide receivers right and left, just one back behind the quarterback Smith. He'll drop straight back and try to throw. He's going deep and knocked down Eric Kramer once again. And we've said repeatedly during the season, teams tend to try to pick on a freshman. Over here at this corner, Eric tied for the team lead in interceptions with 4. Did not let the receiver, number 13, Dupke, get behind him and was able to make the play, knocking the ball down and bring up a punting situation for St. John's.
Well, he almost turned him inside out that time. Kramer was a little bit off the sidelines, like you said. He wasn't behind him. He made a nice recovery, come back, knock the ball down, incomplete, 4th down. We'll see a punt.
The punt by number 30, Hanson. Robinson will take it and be brought down immediately at the 35-yard line. Fine coverage there by number 13, I believe. Yeah, it will be number 13, Dupke. Good job getting down on punt coverage for St. John's. The Seminoles early in the 4th period will take over, leading by 28-7. And put the ball in play at their own 35-yard line.
It's good to see the first team playing in the 4th quarter this week, isn't it? It seems like in the last few weeks, the reserves have got a lot of playing time. Maybe this is good for the first team.
A comment was made earlier today by someone that said that by the regulars not playing 4 quarters might hurt them down the road somewhere. So some extra time here for the regulars. Maybe they can get another touchdown on and still take the rest of the night off. Kress wants to throw. He's going deep for Hughes and overthrows everyone.
That looked like an out and up play. Joe pumped there on the out by Hughes and threw the ball up the field. He may have been better off throwing that on the line towards the sidelines instead of trying to throw it over top of everybody.
Pretty good job of the defensive back over. I think DeQuilla, number 83, was over there. And once again, he did a good job of not letting Hughes get behind him. So 2nd down and 10. we'll get the slot formation once again to the right with Hughes, the receiver, to the right side. Kramer in the lineup. He'll be the slot man. And Joe, a little trouble with the snap, and he'll fall on the ball. And the result will be a loss of a couple of yards. And a little trouble with the exchange there between Klein and Kress. And I really think that's something we've not seen this year. That may be the first problem between the center and the quarterback so far this season.
Yeah, I can't poke a finger at anybody because it's kind of hard to see what exactly happened. From this angle, Joe may have pulled out a little bit too soon, and the ball just fell at his feet, and he dove on it for recovery.
Fortunately, the ball did not take a funny bounce or hit off somebody's foot there, and Joe was able to make the recovery. So the Seminoles maintain possession on 3rd and 12. Kress drops straight back to throw. He'll scramble and break away from the tackle and be brought down over here by number 30, Hanson of the Irish. A couple yards on the pickup by Kress on the scramble, but it'll be 4th down and about 10. Punting situation. Hughes once again, a couple of nice punts so far this evening, and little room to work this time out in the middle of the field with the ball in the 35. See if Dustin can get into a good one here and pin St. John's deep in their own territory. Again, no pressure from St. John's. The kick's end over end, and a fair catch by number 13, and he had a lot of room.
Yeah, that was kind of a judgment call. They might have just wanted to not take any chances, get the ball a decent field position compared to what they've had the last 2 possessions, put their offense together and see what they can work out.
Earlier we saw the deep man for St. John's let a ball hit. That time he made the catch. So from the 32-yard line, that's still about a 33-yard punt with no return for Hughes, and there's nothing at all wrong with that. And a quick pitch, number 20, Seuss. He's going to cut back against the grain, step away from a couple tackles, and get 10 yards, maybe 12 yards.
Again, you saw Shoemaker on the blitz. They pitched away from him that time. He had a hold of the quarterback for just a split second after he pitched it.
This happens so often when you make a call on a blitz. If you make the right guess to the correct side, you make a big play for a loss. But if you go the wrong way and the offense is going the other way, the result often is a big play. And about 12 yards spot below St. John's that time. Quarterback Smith drops straight back to throw. He'll find his favorite receiver, that's DeQuilla. Had a little bit of pressure there from Young, but still enough time to find his receiver. DeQuilla will pick up about 9 yards on the play.
Well, like I said, if Coach Ferda, realizes what's going on here, maybe he'll start trying to run them little short to medium range routes to give his quarterback that extra second, not running the long patterns to complete the short passes underneath.
You have to like the receiver, DeQuilla, number 83. Made several catches so far tonight. Some pressure, and again, good pressure. J.R. Young right there. And Smith tried to step up and throw the ball to someone underneath, and really did nothing more than throw the ball into the ground and avoid the sack. So 3rd down and about a yard.
Basically the same play there, just to a different receiver, maybe a little different formation to try to mix it up a little bit, and didn't quite have enough time.
So 3rd and a yard. St. John's will probably keep it on the ground, try to get the 1st down here. Smith will fake and cut right up behind that back once again, as we've seen several times, and have some running room. About a 10-yard pickup right there. Wilson and Young able to make the play, but after about a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, that's an obvious design play like we were talking in the first half, where he fakes that first back through and then uses him as a blocker and makes a nice gain out of it.
You have to really be impressed by the quarterback, Smith. Has shown that he can throw the ball and run the ball equally well. He's going to draw back and throw this time. He's got some pressure, and his man over here, DeQuilla, is wide open and fumbles the football. But fortunately for him, a teammate's able to get back on the ball. Number 22, Sulik. and D'Aquila was wide open, was able to make the play, and someone, as they made the tackle, punched the ball out of his arm, and fortunately for Blair St. John's, Sulik was right there and able to make the recovery. It'll be a pickup of a couple of yards, but it would have been much more than that if not for the fumble.
Yeah.
Did you see who made the play?
I wasn't positive. It looked like a linebacker from the inside. Come in, and you're always taught, make the tackle, but go for the ball.
So St. John's maintains possession. Smith will try to throw. He's going deep, and intercepted. Eric Kramer.
There he is again.
He'll move into the team lead with his 5th interception of the year, and he'll slip down as he tried to come back upfield, and we've got a flag. And again, I was watching the ball and the interception downfield. I did not see what the flag was, but it appears that it is going to be on Monroe Central, as the official is talking to the captains from St. John's, and the interception will be canceled out, and it's a personal foul. And it appears to be roughing the passer once again, and that's the second time tonight we've had a flag for that. I'm not real sure who that would be. But again, a 15-yard penalty is going to cancel out an interception and enable St. John's to keep possession of the ball and put it down the 20-yard line. So Smith will pitch the ball. A nice play to Dupke, and we have a flag down. And it looked like the option play, but Dupke coming back around on the reverse took the pitch. But a flag was thrown back behind the play in the area that you normally think of a clipping or a holding type thing, and it will be holding against Blair St. John's. And that was a nice play.
Yes, it was. Like you said, their basic option, but the outside receiver on the left side come back inside the intercepted the pitch, come around the right end for a nice game.
I'll tell you, we have seen several big plays wiped out because of penalties so far tonight. And that's both teams have had big plays wiped out. So the penalty will take the ball back to the 34-yard line for St. John's. The Irish will be first down and long. They'll need down near the 10-yard line, so first and 24. Smith, and he takes a tremendous hit from Luke Shoemaker as he just tried to run a little sneak and pick up maybe a yard.
Almost looked like he was confused on that play. Usually you'd see the quarterback draws, he might take a few steps back, but he kind of stood there for a second, looked around, then took off the middle.
I was trying to watch on the right defensive right side. Kramer kind of stepped up in the gap there, Jeremy Kramer, in that linebacker position, and was coming on a blitz. And maybe Smith saw that and tried just to go back up into the hole that he had vacated. But Luke put a big hit on him. And here's a pass attempt by Smith. He'll be sacked by number 76, Chad Yoho. And we have a flag into that pile. And it'll be another holding penalty on Blair St. John's.
Well, if you notice here in the second half, our defense has picked it up a notch. Although the offense has sputtered a little bit. We have got a touchdown, but defense is really coming around now and putting some pressure on the quarterback.
Right. Even though St. John's only put 7 points on the board during the first half, they still moved the ball extremely well. And I'm sure Coach Acosta, Coach Singleton were not real pleased at halftime with the play of the defense. But here the second half, as you say, they have come out and played with some intensity and made some plays, and aided by a couple of St. John's penalties. We now have third and about 30 as the holding penalty is declined, so give Yoho credit for a sack. Smith again back, and something's not good there, and once again, J.R. Young had a hold of the jersey, pulled the man down, and it appeared that everybody went to the right. The quarterback, Smith, once again went to the left, and there was nobody there except Smith and Young, and that time J.R. Young won the battle.
It looked like naked bootleg to the left side, bringing all the receivers from the right across, and JR made a nice play.
So would it be too much if I use my JR Sacks RJ line for the second time tonight?
I think that'll be legal.
Maybe JR will like that. He gets on me about some things I say part of the time anyway, so maybe I'll say JR's name a couple extra times. 4th down, St. John's will go for it. Smith back to throw, and the ball is going to be
Picked off.
intercepted. Jason Ludwig will make the play, and there'll be an interception, so the Seminoles will take over back at the 15-yard line. Well, maybe it's not fair to make this comment now because that's an interception for Jason, but if you stop and think of the situation there, Jason would have been better off to knock the ball down. Then we would have put the ball in play up here at the 45 instead of back at the 15. But I'm sure Jason's only thinking of one thing when he sees that ball coming, and that's that first interception. And that's that, I don't know, do we still give stars for the helmets?
Oh, sure.
You know, and that's, he was thinking of that award for that interception.
Yeah.
So, you know, good job, Jason Ludwig, get that first interception. Chris hands the ball off to Robinson. He's going to break away, and he's going to show some great speed, and we're going to get out to that 45-yard line after all.
Yeah, like you said, he should have knocked it down. Didn't have to that time, did he? Dustin made a nice move, burst of speed. That guy slips off him. He's off to the races for a touchdown.
We were very close right there to having another one-play drive.
Yes, it was.
That's about 30 yards right on the play for Robinson. And Dustin has had a nice night carrying the ball. Of course, so has Luke with a couple of big games. So I'd say the two of them probably around that 200-yard mark combined tonight, maybe more than that.
Pretty good chance of it.
And here comes Kramer. He's going to get in the act. Shows a good move. Gets across the 35 to about the 32-yard line. About a 23-yard pickup for Eric Kramer.
And then again, as you said earlier, Kramer getting that carry in the latter stages of the game, utilizing that 4th back, giving future opponents something else to look at.
Out here Monday night in the reserve game, in the first period, Eric carried 3 times, and unofficially I had him marked for 138 yards on 3 carries. So we know he can break off that big one, and it's something you don't look for. And we'll get back to Robinson. And he'll break away from the tackle, still on his feet, and one man to beat. He's not able to get away from the last man, but he'll be down inside the 10, about the 9-yard line.
He utilized his size that time to hide in the middle there for a split second, cut back against the grain, and then again, one tackler away from another touchdown.
It's a very quick acceleration. It looked like he was going to be stopped after a short gain, but Dustin uses that quick step and is able to get back to full speed real quick. And he's down to the 9-yard line. And he'll get it once again off the right side. He'll cut up and get into the end zone. And there's a touchdown, but I see a flag. And a clipping call against Monroe Central. And again, the flag down behind the play. The block is not something that Dustin even needed to get to the end zone.
That's something I've been noticing this year. Makes you wonder if, the rules interpretation meeting for the referees, if maybe they're watching that a little tighter this year, trying to protect the kids a little
I know
better.
every year they have an area of concern or a point of emphasis, and this year it may be the blocking plays back behind the ball, and we have seen several, as you say, this year, and a couple tonight, and I'm not sure, again, who the call was on, but it was well behind the play. Robinson was nearly in the end zone when the flag went down. But it is a penalty. It takes the ball back to the 25. And here comes the option, and here comes Robinson again. And he'll break away and get down near the 10-yard line. Dustin's picked up some of the same territory here a couple of times, but it's about a 15-yard pickup. And right out there in front of the play, somebody, I could not tell who it was, looked like started to throw a block as the man kind of turned, and he kind of backed off and did a good job of not making a block that could have been called as a clip. But I think the defensive man there definitely turned his back to the play, which you cannot do as a defensive player. But a lot of times the official will just see the end of it. But Dustin is down near the 10. It's second down goal from the 10. And Kress will turn it up. He'll hit somebody and fall forward inside the 5 to about the 4. Well, it'll work for 5 yards, maybe 6 yards on the play. They'll put him down on about the 5-yard line. And it'll be third down. Goal to go.
Well, they're faking that first man through. Don't be surprised to see that here coming up maybe. They're going to run that option.
It'll be interesting to check the papers and see some of the yardage total, but I have to think Monroe Central may be around 300 yards rushing again tonight. And they'll give it to Robinson, and he's in. Touchdown, Dustin Robinson. Another nice drive for the Seminoles.
Again, they faked the first man through, gave the second man. Dustin made a heck of a run, dove in the end zone.
I believe the second touchdown tonight by Dustin Robinson, 2 by Dustin, 1 by Luke, 1 by Joe, and 1 by Scott Wilson. Kind of spread the wealth around. Kress will attempt the extra point, and he kicks it right through. And Joe will be 3 of 3 on placements tonight. And we cannot tell you how much time remains, but we're about the midway point, I would say, of the 4th period, and it's all Monroe Central. Seminoles 35, the Fighting Irish of St. John's 7. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with the kickoff.
The F.W. Shoemaker Insurance Agency was established in 1903. They have 3 agents and 3 customer service representatives to give you the kind of service you deserve. Being an independent insurance agency means they represent different companies, allowing them to compare for you. For all of your insurance needs, auto, home, life, bonds, business, or farms, contact F.W. Shoemaker Insurance Agency at 472-0876.
All right, we're back 35-7. Monroe Central well in control of things. We're about the midway point of the 4th period. Kress's kick on the ground. He'll be picked up by one of the upbacks, number 60. He'll be brought down by, well, must be automatic, number 82, Wilson, on every tackle. But he had a piece of that. He had a little bit of help that time. And he'll bring the man down about the 35-yard line as one of the upbacks made the play. So St. John's trailing 35-7. We'll put the ball in play. We might mention a couple things this week. A lot of people I know following the computer ratings and saw where the Monroe Central had dropped from 1st to 2nd. All of our defeated opponents last week were beaten, but this will be a nice win, and some people should win tonight, and I think a good chance we'll be back in first place next week. And there's the pass again. Kramer had a hand on it, number 78, Jeremy Kramer. And Smith's throw was intended for his favorite receiver, DeQuilla.
I'm starting to wonder about this defensive alignment now they got Kramer at linebacker. If they're just trying him out there these last few games of the season, just in case, or something else might be going on.
Maybe a combination of reasons, trying to rotate some people around. Again, gives yourself a little flexibility. Jeremy, as we know, a very aggressive player, which you have to have as a linebacker. Here's a quarterback draw by Smith. We will get a flag. He's still on his feet. He's going to be brought down by Shoemaker out near the midfield. But a flag is down. And that was back at the initial line of scrimmage and the area that you normally think of holding. And that will be the case. I knew if I keep guessing on calls long enough, I'd get one right sooner or later.
We're about 50-50 tonight, aren't we?
So, but that will cancel out a nice run and a first down run by the quarterback Smith.
Well, I think that's why he got the first down run. looked like the right side of the offensive line was holding, who would that be? Chad Yoho on that. It was where the flag was thrown. Chad might have been able to make the play there.
See number 77, Chris Demmerling, and playing a little bit down position. He'll be a tackle position as the Seminoles go into a 4-man front and a passing situation, but they will give the ball to number 20, Seuss, and he'll get a nice pickup before he's pulled down around the 40-yard line. Kramer in on the play. Nice pickup. Spread them out, get everybody to think that it's a passing situation and run the ball. St. John's to line, no huddle, 3rd down, about 6. Smith to throw. He's going deep once again and knocked down. That's number 44, Shoemaker. And Luke hit the ground pretty hard as he extended himself to make that play. He's back on his feet, and nice play by a linebacker. That's a long way downfield for a linebacker to get in coverage.
Well, he was on his horse getting back here and got a fingertip on it. That could have been a completion for a big gain.
So, 4th down, St. John's trailing by 4 touchdowns. Really with no choice but to go for it. They'll give the ball to the tailback. That's Seuss. He tries to get outside. He'll be brought down at the midfield stripe by Kramer and Kramer. But it will be enough for the 1st down. St. John's will maintain possession. They'll get to the line. They're going to go with no huddle. Again, I'm not real sure. I would say we're near 4 minutes, and here comes the 4-minute warning.
Just getting ready to ask you that. About time for our 4-minute warning.
No, I'll take that back. No 4-minute warning. That's the 0-minute warning.
Yeah, they just quit running the clock.
I think we skipped that 4-minute warning. Okay, ball game over. That caught me off guard there.
Me too.
Final score: Monroe Central 35, below St. John's 7. And I have to get my thoughts together here. Next week, we'll be with you from Frontier High School, where the much improved Frontier Cougars will come in. I would say most likely with a 5-3 record, they should have had no problem tonight with Waterford. So they'll be 5-3. This was the final home game of the year. Back in PBC warfare next week with Frontier, and the following week, a road game to Bellsville. Well, that'll about do it tonight. Greg, thanks for coming up and helping us out. And maybe next week you and Lance can fight it out to see who sits here with me. For Dale Reddy on camera, Joanne Palmer. This is Jeff Stevens. Once again, the final score: Monroe Central 35, below St. John's 7. We'll see you next week from Frontier High School.
I was just ready to ask.
I thought that guy kept looking at us, and that must be about 4 minutes. We must have had the 4-minute warning sometime earlier.